Make no mistake, it's fine as social media creators to be creating content with the idea of other people seeing it. That's not what this video is about at all. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about the kind of deeper meaning with all of it and why some people choose to be on social media and how some of it can be really unhealthy. I've known people from my time on the internet doing social media when I was, and there's one person that comes to mind who I don't even think is on it much anymore, and there's reasons why, which I wanted to get into. I'm not going to go mention them. You probably would not be able to guess who they were either, because I have, you wouldn't be able to guess. They're no one crazy. It's really not relevant, but what I do think is interesting is kind of looking at how social media can truly ruin something that we think we're passionate about, all because we want there to be more views behind it and we want there to be more recognition. As an artist on social media, I understand. I create my stuff and I love to see when it gains numbers. There's nothing better than seeing something that you worked hard on gain numbers and people recognize it. But the truth is, that shouldn't be why you're doing it. Now, I'm not saying that shouldn't be why you're posting it on social media, because that's different. We post things on social media to get them seen. That's just the truth. There's no denying that part. But you should not be doing something so that way you can get social media validation, because that validation can only last so long, and it just creates a really unhealthy balance with what you're doing. So just stop, take a moment, and truly think, why am I doing something on social media? Is it so that way I can go and gain traction on social media because this is something I love? Or is it so I can gain traction so that way I can get validation from random strangers online? Just a thought there. I knew someone who was doing the same stuff that I was doing on social media a couple years ago, and I was gaining not even that much traction. Barely any, but they were gaining none and I was gaining more. And I remember them saying how they were going to quit and they were going to do all this and that they didn't love it anymore and yada yada. But that view quickly changed when they were getting views. They were all of a sudden, oh my god, yes, I'm going to throw a bunch of money into this. I'm going to be doing this, that, the other. I'm going to be posting it all the time. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. But there's one truth about that, and it's that it wasn't sustained. They couldn't sustain it. And why is that? Maybe, just maybe, it's because there's not the right reasons behind it. And now, I'm not saying that they can't love something while doing something on social media, but the way that things lined up, it kind of made it so they were doing it for attention on social media, which they weren't getting, so they were going to quit, but then they got it, and then they kept on doing it. But they couldn't sustain it because, views fluctuate, and when they would take breaks and stuff, boom, social media is evil like that, and you get punished for being normal and not being a robot that pumps out content all the time. So it's just really something to think about. And I'm a social media creator. I've been there and I've had that journey myself. I've kind of learned that I'm not really doing this anymore because I want views, although yes, I will kind of post content to get views, but I don't do it just for it. I'm doing it at the end of the day because it's something I like to do. And that's something that I'm very happy that I have that luxury, and not only that, but I don't really have much stakes with my social media anymore. None of my stuff really grows too much, and it bothers me, so I get why people get upset when they're not getting views, but there's something where it's never deterred me from doing it, which makes me know that I'm doing it for the right reasons. If I was doing it for the views and stuff, I would have quit ages ago. Or I would constantly be creating new accounts because some people say, oh, you're in a honeymoon phase if you create new accounts and then yada yada. But I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now but I'm still pumping out content and I'm still drawing and all that stuff, and I've changed drastically from what I used to do, which was, gaming and all that stuff, to, what I want to do, which is art, and I love that, and it's something that has stayed consistent for years. There's not really much consistency I've had with my interests like I have had with art, and it allows me to be so free and still entertain other interests whilst, doing this one overarching thing. But I was doing that way before I was even on social media, so I didn't have that, connection with numbers in my content like so many other people have. Some people just associate their content with numbers. They think about their content and they're like, ooh, this is going to do numbers. Ooh, yeah, this is going to go well on social media. Which, obviously, we hope for this no matter what we're posting, but it's just a bit unhealthy if that's the only thought you can have to validate your work is, ooh, if 100 people like this post, then it means it's good. Not that I'm proud of it and that's why it's good. Or, oh wow, I really tried something new and I was so experimental and it looks so good. I'm so proud of that. That's not what some people are doing it for. And I think that we just need to take a step back and forget numbers. And I know it's really hard because you kind of look at posts, but now I'm not even realizing that my posts are flopping because I don't care. I don't really look. When I do look, I'm like, oh damn, yep, that's pretty average. I think I gain on my posts 20 likes to 40 likes at the end of its kind of social media, pumping out in the algorithm spam. I'll end at 40, but I'll typically sit around 20 in the first 24, 48 hours, and then just kind of teeter off from there. But I've been hitting 11 likes, stuff like that, really low in the first 24 to 48 hours, and I just want you to know that that's not an indicator of my skill whatsoever. I was getting more likes when I felt like my skill was less, and I can recognize that and know that no, I'm not making stuff that's crap. It's literally just a dumb algorithm. And every single day there was more people on the platform on social media than there was last, so it's very natural for that to teeter off. My recent art, I'm gonna get up this number right now. I posted this a day ago and it's on 20 likes. Something that I posted 6 days ago is on 22. I was very lucky with a post on the 8th to hit 52 likes. That was very unexpected, but I did redraw an artwork that got really popular on another platform, so that's probably why that's done so well. But I have 25, 28, 25, 40, 32, 37, 34, 30, 25, 57, 23, and so on and so forth. That's that's about maybe the past couple of months on social media. That's where my likes have been sitting. And first of all, though, I'm not the most consistent poster ever. But just really funny is I was posting a variety of content that whole time, and really nothing much has changed in the way I've tagged, in the way I've promoted, yada yada. It's literally just luck and what was going on at the moment. So yeah, don't let something like social media kind of make your worth in art. And I just feel like it's very awful. And this goes to any form of content creating. It's really easy to find that, numbers mean everything, but I'm starting to just appreciate the fact that there's people consistently liking my content much more than the fact that there might be multiple people. The art that's currently in the background of this little Speedpaint thing is actually art that I've posted, and that only hit 32 likes despite the fact that I think this is one of my best artworks. But I'm always improving, and that's the beauty of it, and I can acknowledge that this is what I think is one of my best works, despite the fact that numbers may not reflect that, and it definitely doesn't have my highest numbers in post. But that doesn't matter. It's about what I think, not what other people think, and that's why I'm been doing art and digital art for 7 years ongoing, and that's why I can easily post about it and still be enjoying it, because I don't have that unhealthy connection to it where I think that what other people say and what a dumb algorithm decides the numbers on my post are going to do will define it. Like, it's just that. And yeah, and it's really hard to not fall into it. But honestly, just maybe turn off notifications on your stuff, stop looking, and just kind of get on with something else in your life. Now, this is because I do it personally for fun. This isn't stuff for me to be saying to people who make it a business. I completely understand there is way more going into that because your views actually are making money and profit, so that's a completely different side story. I'm not talking about that. That's not what I'm meaning. I am meaning in the sense of a personal enjoyment hobby. You should not be getting the enjoyment of your hobby out of social media likes, because it's intangible. First of all, it's dumb. You know, social media could be erased tomorrow, and what would it all mean? You know, like, what would all of those numbers mean if it didn't ever exist anymore after tomorrow? Wouldn't really mean much now, would it? So maybe don't fixate on it much. If the internet died, if your phone exploded, if you could never post art again, otherwise you'd be killed, would it really matter? Or should it really matter? That's just the question. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the art in the background. Hope you enjoyed my little ramble. I just think that we need to go and calm down a bit with social media numbers. I've been very calm, and I think I've had the most chill time on social media I've ever had. And the best relationship I've had with it, when I don't give two rats of a damn about numbers. So yeah. Love you all. I'm going to sneeze. Give me 1 second. Bless me. Anyway, see you, and take my advice to heart. And I love you, and you're doing great. Mwah. Bye.